It's time for Big 3 basketball on Fubo Sports Network. Corey Brewer, 10.7 rebounds, but it ended in a loss last week for the Detroit Amps. They'll try to end their 0-3 skid today. It's time for Game 3 of Week 4 in the Big 3 here on Fubo Sports Network. The LA Riot here at home taking on the Detroit Amps. We're off to an exciting start in Big 3 action today. The first two games, Houston got its first win with a victory over Miami thanks to Isaiah Austin's game winner. And Elijah Stewart with 23 as the Dallas Power got to 4-0 on the season. Stewart with a three-pointer to win the game. So here's where we stand right now in terms of the standings. The Power, 4-0 on the season. DMV Trilogy falls to 2-2 on the season. First win of the season for the Rig Hands. The Amps will try to do the same thing when they take on the LA Riot. Along with Chris Haynes, I'm Stan Barrett here courtside. Detroit, when you watch them, Chris, they don't look like an 0-3 team.
Yeah, well, listen, we knew they were going to have an uphill battle this season due to they lost to Joe Johnson, one of the top players we have in the Big 3. But they do have Nasir Kaur and Corey Brewer. So you did expect them to be a little bit more competitive. Last week, they showed some signs. Nasir Kaur had a record-setting performance last game, still came up short. But this is a team that can beat anybody on any given week.
Meanwhile, LA without Dwight Howard, who's out with a sore back, and so now Jordan Crawford, you figure, has to be the man of the offense.
He's going to have to be the guy. And the one thing, the concern I have for Jordan Crawford and the LA Riot is that Jordan Crawford, he likes to get a lot of breaks during the game. You know, oftentimes he'll call for Nick Young, hey, come sub me out. I don't know that he can do that right now, you know, with Dwight Howard being out. But Costa Kufas, this is going to be his second game in Big 3 play. So it's going to be up to him to try to step his level of play up. Crawford
averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds. And as you mentioned, Nasir Kaur last week went absolutely bananas in that second half. 29 points in the second half.
That was a record-setting performance right there for a single-half performance. And he gave his team a chance to win last week. If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't even be in the mix. So when you have him on the court, anything is possible.
All right, let's check in with O'Shea Jackson Jr. now with another Trojan, Nick Young.
You guys know what time it is. Nick Young just left me. Hold on, Nick. I was just telling them about the USC athlete and everything that goes into that, man.
Oh, man, very unbelievable. Like you said, I think if everybody went to USC or had some type of Trojan in them, the world would be a better place, you know?
I'm like, now, you guys are coming in focused. By the way, y'all see the jackets? Y'all see that student store stuff, you wouldn't know about it. But this LA Riot team, you guys coming in focused for this week. It's a much-needed victory. How are you feeling?
Oh, man, we need this win. Good energy in the air. We feeling confident, and that's all you can ask for from your players. We know what we got to do.
Hey, welcome home.
It looked like they caught a 2-for-1 sale, Chris.
Total being $20.
Let's take a look at the lineups. Chris Johnson, Dante Green, Nasir Kaur, Corey Brewer, Henry Sims for Detroit. Chris Johnson just joined the team. Rick Mahorn, the NBA legend, their head coach. Chris Allen, Billy Preston, Dwight Howard, Costa Kufas, and Jordan Crawford. Costa Kufas going to be in the starting lineup today. We anticipate with Dwight Howard out, gives them the size that they're missing with Howard. Here's the rules. First team to 50 wins, halftime at 25. And, of course, we bring the fire in the Big 3. Anytime there's a foul, coaches wants to challenge, they can go one-on-one. All right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Corey Brewer, 10.7 rebounds last week, but another loss for the Detroit Amps to drop them to 0-3. They'll look to snap that skid today against the LA Riot. It's time for Big 3 basketball on Fubo Sports Network. It's game 3 of week 4 in the Big 3 here on Fubo Sports Network. LA Riot here at home taking on the Detroit Amps. The Riot trying to get to 2-2. Amps still looking for their first win. We're off to an exciting start in week 4. Houston got its first win over Miami on Isaiah Austin's game winner. And the Dallas Power got to 4-0 on Elijah Stewart's three-pointer, like he used to do it here for USC. And here's where that leaves us after the first 2 games. The Power 4-0. The Triplets will try to join them later today. DMV Trilogy even at 2-2. LA right at 1-2, trying to get to the 500 mark here today. And as we mentioned, the Amps looking for their first win. Thanks for joining us. We're courtside along with Chris Haynes. I'm Stan Verrett. Chris, Dwight Howard walking by here.
Distracted.
Dwight Howard out with a sore back for the LA Riot. We expect Jordan Crawford to have to carry the load.
He's definitely going to have to. And the one concern I have for Jordan Crawford and the LA Riot is that Jordan likes to call himself out oftentimes throughout the course of the game. I don't know that he'll be able to get that type of a relief with Dwight Howard out, but Jordan Crawford will be the lead guard. Kosta Koufos, you would think, is going to have a bit much larger role. This will only be his second game of Big 3 play, so it's going to be tough for the LA Riot today.
Yeah, he said he adjusted to the rules in Big 3 basketball last week and is ready to contribute to a W this week. And Nasir Kaur went absolutely bananas last week for Detroit, 29 points in the second half.
Yes, that was a Big 3 record for a single half. And remember, Nasir Kaur came off the bench last week for Detroit. That just shows you the desperation and what Rick Mahorn over there is trying to do. He's trying to find any type of continuity and chemistry to get his team in the win column. So we'll see if today will be the day.
Kaur, one of the best one-on-one players anywhere. We'll talk about that during the broadcast. Let's take a look at the lineups for the 2 teams involved in game 3 here in the Big 3. Billy Preston ready for action with Kaur. Preston may actually start on Kaur, but we'll get to that as well. Chris Johnson recently signed for the Amps, one of their co-captains. Again, it's Kaur and Brewer who have to get the job done for them as they look for their first win. Chris Allen says he played with Nasir Kaur and he's the cheat code in how to deal with Kaur today, so something to keep an eye on. Again, Dwight Howard out. Kosta Koufos recently signed. He's going to have to do the big man work for LA today. You know the rules. First team to 50 wins it. We go to halftime when either team reaches 25. You have to win by 2. And, of course, coaches can bring the fire. Anytime there's a foul that they'd like to challenge, the players can go one-on-one to settle it. We weren't sure if we would see Dwight Howard in the building today nursing that sore back, but he is there courtside, hoping Nick Young as his team tries to get to the 500 mark on the season. We're ready to go here at the Galen Center with game 3 of 4 in week 4, the Big 3. Billy Preston. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Preston on Kaur, because they're such different players.
No, definitely. But I think what you want to do, you want to put size on Nasir Kaur. You know, when you put somebody around his same age, he plays bully ball. He has a running back physique. So you want to get some tall length on him to try to see if that can combat it.
Jordan Crawford opened the scoring for LA. And here's Kaur going right to work. Now, I talked to Rick Mahorn about that performance in the second half, and he said he wants Kaur to be that aggressive right from the start tonight, and that's what we see.
And you see that, and you know what else you see? Him starting.
Kaur will control it. Working on Preston again, giving up a lot of size, but good pass inside to Brewer.
Oh, Koufos could have went up with that. He could have went up with that. See, he still has to learn the rules.
Koufos again said he is adjusting to the rules of the Big 3 and its brand of 3-on-3 basketball. Shot clock violation for LA there, but he said once you get into it, it's basketball.
Yes, But, you know, definitely you have to get accustomed to the rules, and that cost him 2 points right there and end up getting a shot clock violation. So those are things he has to figure out on the fly.
Amps, again, 0-3 on the season. They've allowed 152 points. That's the most in the Big Three, and right now they're the only winless team in the Big Three right now after Houston broke through with a win. So we'll see if they can do the same thing.
Well, Stan, you can make an argument that both these teams don't have a real true win. LA's only win came when the game was cut short due to the Lance Stevenson, Dwight Howard, and Michael Beasley debacle in week 1.
That game ended 39-30. They weren't able to get to 50 points as Preston connects from the outside. And the Riot with a 2-point lead, playing in front of their home fans here at the Galen Center on the USC campus. Dante Green will give it up for Core, weaving through traffic.
Core wants this.
Challenging Koufos, but Koufos able to get the block, and Green on the floor, shot clock violation.
Yeah, Core may have an argument right there. It might have been some body-to-body contact, but ultimately that's a matchup he wants any given day, and you would think he'll have the advantage. Well, maybe that was clean. Maybe that was clean on that view.
So LA will inbound it. And foul on the floor. And that foul will be on Dante Green.
Big Three veteran.
And here's Koufos going to work on Green. Kick it out to Preston. Ooh. And there's Crawford. Off the mark on a 3. Get it out to Brewer. Brewer, some nifty moves to get to the bucket.
Put him in a spin cycle right there. Went downhill, spin cycle, finished with the left hand. Nifty move.
And we got a tie game.
There we go.
Koufos.
There we go. Caught him on the slip.
Broke free for the layup.
Yep.
He said his mission with his new team is just get the W this week, as they fell short last week. Corey Brewer. Shot won't go, but he'll go to the line. Here's that last bucket by Corey Brewer.
Like I said, put him in a spin cycle, had him going one way, Corey went the other way, and then easy basket from there.
He's impressed with himself there. He's like,
Exactly.
I didn't know I could still do that.
Rightfully so, rightfully so. The older you get, you have to pat yourself on the back.
Averaging 9 rebounds a game. That's the most in the Big Three. And able to complete the play there. So game remains tied at 7. Didn't know if that was a shot or a lob, but either way, counted for 2 for Jordan Crawford.
Yeah, that's how you can get the defense off track. You go for the pick and roll, and the defense doesn't know if you're shooting or if it's a lob, so you throw them off guard. Jordan Crawford converted on that one.
Crawford in double digits the last 2 games for LA. Here's Core with Crawford on him. Core making moves, but the size got him.
Yes, nice weak side help by Koufos right there.
Here's Jordan Crawford, won a Big Three title in 2023. Scored 23 points in that game, hit the game-winning shot to get the title, and try to help the LA Riot get to the 500 mark this season after they started 1-2. Beat Miami, as we mentioned, in week 1, but then losses to Dallas and Boston in weeks 2 and 3. Pass too high for Johnson, and Crawford will control it and take a 3-point shot, no good. There's Core. He can't hit. Preston knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Detroit ball.
And Stan, Chris Johnson just checked in, so this is his first action of Big Three for this season, but he is a Big Three veteran. I was very shocked to see that he was not picked up before the season started. He's a good quality asset.
Replaced Dakari Tucker, who Detroit waived earlier this week. As Brewer heads back to the line. So the foul starting to pile up for the Riot. That's 3 on them already.
Okay, Stan, who do you say was the Nasir Core stopper?
So Chris Allen said he's got some some maneuvers that he thinks will work on Core. Knows him pretty well. He said he's the cheat code.
All right.
So we'll watch out for his tactics in dealing with Core today as this game wears on.
I just like the
Go for spin move on Johnson and able to get it. Nice move from the former Ohio State star. 4 points for Koufos early. Koufos at one point was the highest paid player in the European League who was a non-European. Oh, up top for Chris Johnson. Core throwing it up for him.
Stan, that's what I'm talking about. You had this guy sitting at home on the couch watching Big 3 instead of playing. He should have been here a long time ago.
Here's Crawford. Good ball movement. Back to Crawford, beats the shot clock. Did he get it off in time?
Did they review that? Did they? LA is calling.
So the officials will take a look.
Detroit is calling for the review. They're going to get it.
Crawford was in no man's land, had to throw it up. So a challenge on whether he got it off in time. Talked to Rick Mahorn yesterday, Chris. He said this team just needs to learn how to finish. He said last week after that 9-point first half that he had to get into him a little bit and say some things that you don't normally say to a grown man of 30 years old.
Well, this is Rick Mahorn we're talking about. I'm not surprised at all him going off and saying some things to anyone, anybody. But that was a close call right there. Let's get another look right there. First glance, I think he. No, he didn't get
shot
off.
clock's off, ball still in his hand, so
he didn't get off.
Looks like they're going to lose that review.
Yeah, so that was a great call by Detroit to urge them to review that. Yeah. But no, we're talking about the Detroit team, Stan. They're struggling. They're trying. They need to find some continuity, find some chemistry. And look, like you said, like Rick Mahorn hit on, they got to learn how to finish. And that's going to take time. They got to take time for these guys to gel well together.
Core for 4, no good. And Brewer with the offensive rebound. Back out to Core. This time he'll drive, hit, and he'll get 3 the hard way. Or at least try to get 3 the hard way.
That's where he got him on the closeout, was able to get right by him and finish with the contested left-hand layup.
We mentioned Core, one of the best three-point players anywhere. Is an internet sensation. Just in Las Vegas at Resorts World on Friday, he won a one-on-one contest against Archie Goodwin.
That's a tough matchup. I have picked, I'm sorry to say this, I picked Archie to win that game. I mean, Archie is 6'6". 6'6", has length and can get after it. But again, Nasir Core, the way he's built, you know, he plays bigger than what he is.
6 for Core so far in the game. He said he wants to make it a winning weekend, finishing up with a W in this game as well. Allen way off the mark.
Couldn't grab the handle. He wanted to go right back up with that.
And a shot clock violation as that ball did not hit the rim. So it will be Detroit ball. Some offensive continuity problems right now for LA.
Yeah, I mean, again, with Dwight Howard being out, that is their focal point. The offense is structured and organized around Dwight Howard. So when he's gone, you know, they're kind of in disarray. Go
Howard,
back up. There you go.
With a sore back, not able to suit up today. We didn't know if we would see him. 6 for Koufos now, but he walked right by the table when I thought we were signing. Oh, yeah, I thought he was going to put on the Superman suit.
I was going to take my position over here.
I thought he was going to put on the Superman suit and sign up. Or suit up.
Double K right there.
Koufos with the bucket, and the Riot to a 15-12 lead. Costa Koufos from Jordan Crawford. The Riot up 3 here in Los Angeles. We're back with more after a break. Stanford Rec, Chris Haynes back here at the Galen Center. Detroit and Los Angeles have faced each other a few times in the NBA. It was in '88. It was the Lakers in 7 over the Pistons. In '89, Rick Mahorn and company got the sweep. And then in 2004, it was the Pistons in 5. LA Riot head coach Nick Young played his college ball here at the Galen Center for the Trojans from 2004 to 2007. He was a 2-time All-Pac-12 first-team selection. He was going to be a first-round pick in the NBA. Played more than a decade in the NBA and won a title with the Warriors in 2018. And Nick joining us now. Hey, what's it feel like being back here at home with your squad?
Hello, hello?
Well, if you think you're talking to Nick, you're talking to us.
Huh? I think so. That's why we had to.
Nick?
I can't hear it.
Can you hear us now?
Hello?
Okay, I don't think Nick can hear us.
I can't hear y'all. You know, y'all, how y'all gonna do me like this at USC?
He wants his airtime.
Costa Kufas.
Hello?
Okay, let's see if we got Rick Mahorn. Rick?
Yeah, you hear me?
Rick, so yesterday when we were talking and somebody walked by with some Lakers gear on, what'd you say?
I told him that's the ugliest outfit I ever seen. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, Rick? Hey, Rick, over there, listen, man, you're in, this is LA, you know, obviously this is a territory that you didn't want to be in at all. How does it feel still coming back to this city?
As long as we beat them, I don't care. Right now, it's a tight game, and I don't have an outfit like Swaggy P on.
Hey, Chris, Rick was giving me the business yesterday talking about how when he was at Hampton, how many times they beat my alma mater, Howard University.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Is that a school?
Oh, wow.
They don't even have a real gym.
We're a university and we were never an institute.
It don't matter. That's how much money you can bring.
HBCU, baby.
Hey, Rick, tie game right now. What's it going to take for you guys to get this win today? Make some shots.
Like that. Nope. We settled for it.
Core off the mark. Chris Allen controls it. Allen, no good.
Yep.
Rick,
yeah.
We appreciate you joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Corey Brewer doing the dirty work, but the ball bounces right to Chris Allen.
Kosta Koufos right there with the block and the save, and able to save it to Chris Allen to get that easy too. Hey, Kosta Koufos, you know, we talked about somebody having to step up because Dwight being out. 8 points, game high 8 points thus far, and he's right now producing. And he's going up
and
10 points.
Koufos again.
There you go.
Yesterday when I was at practice, they made it a point to run some sets with Koufos. They were worried about Dwight Howard and whether he would be available. And Koufos said they just wanted to play within themselves, stay confident, and proceed forward, even if they didn't have Dwight Howard. And it's exactly what they're doing so far. Moore gets there, no good, but Chris Johnson
with the cleanup.
Do we need a timeout?
That's 4 for Johnson.
Timeout. No, not yet.
His first game with the Amps. Again, replaced Dakari Tucker. Core with the rebound. Brewer lost his balance. Ooh. Got that pass through Allen's arms, and Core, no good. Koufos another rebound. Crawford will pull up. Here's Core. All right, here's the matchup we talked about.
Yeah.
That cheat code didn't work that time.
Not there. He just missed it, but no, he didn't have no problem getting by Allen on that.
Too strong off the backboard. Allen played with Core last year. Said he knows his mannerisms and his actions, but he couldn't stop him right there.
Yeah, Stan, you can know it all you want. It's different. It's different to defend it.
Riot by 2. We're back in 30 seconds.
People doubted me all the way, telling me I was all hype. They just mad that I'm him, and they got to deal with it. If you don't like it, you can suck.
One of the things that makes me most proud is I did things Lando's way.
I don't need everyone out there to like me. I like being different.
You are world champion.
Back here at the Galen Center. Nick Young, can we get a look at the full fit for Nick Young? We have dress shoes, white socks and the gym shorts. Chris, could you pull that look off?
No, I wouldn't want to. I understand. You know, no disrespect, respectfully, but no, that's just not how I roll, Stan.
Swaggy P. He said the P, even though it's not one of his initials,
yes,
it's because he's the prophet of swag.
Oh, that's what I never knew where that came from.
I had to look it up because I wanted to know myself. I was going to ask him, but then I looked it up and I found it online.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he's a prophet of swag.
He got the college look up front, and then at the bottom, the Alice in Wonderland look. So he's a little bit everywhere. Man.
He's always bringing the fashion, whether it works or not.
Hey, it's all about having confidence.
Here's Allen. Created some space against Johnson, but decided not to take it. Shot clock violation through the hand grenade to McCray.
That's happened a few times already. They have to be aware of the shot clock.
To Crawford, rather.
Yes.
Let me say they gotta want to do it.
So here's Core. We go down to O'Shea for more.
Guys, I don't know what's going on with the LA Riot. That's like the 5th or 6th time the shot clock has snuck up on them.
Core, no good. Here's Crawford. They needed that shot.
And they needed to shoot it before the shot clock expired.
Exactly. 5-point lead for LA as they try to get some offensive rhythm, again, without Dwight Howard, who's out with a sore back. Timeout on the floor here. Riot with a 5-point lead. We're back with more in 30 seconds.
New Game Plus has no business making Grace's dish towel smell this good. Especially with how her husband uses them.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, how you like them towels? Our greatest scent ever, now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
LA Riot up 5 in front of their home fans here at the Galen Center on the USC campus. The Detroit Amps looking for their first win of the season, came in 0-3. Chris, LA trying to work through some offensive problems.
Yeah, well, listen, I think largely it's due to Dwight Howard being out. You know, they're fortunate to be up 5 right now, but 4 shot clock violations to this point, that's way too many. But I think it's just because they're in disarray with new personnel and try to figure things out on the fly.
Here's Johnson. Size advantage on Crawford. Able to just shoot up over him, but can't get the shot to fall. And now Crawford on Johnson. And Crawford rises up and strokes a three-pointer. That's 10 points for Jordan Crawford. We talked about him carrying the offensive load with Howard out, and he's doing it so far as he takes us to halftime. It's an 8-point lead for the LA Riot over the Detroit Amps. LA trying to get to 500 without Dwight Howard on the floor, doing some coaching there. O'Shea with Nick Young.
Here with fellow Trojan Nick Young. Nick, you are killing it right now. I like the jacket.
Man, that's nice. Where you get yours from?
That's a student store. You know, student store special. They wouldn't know about that, man. But talk to us about what it's like being back home at SC and what it looks like is leading to a victory for this LA Riot team.
Yeah, it's only right. You know, I was the first one to play in this arena. This is my home, the gym that Swaggy built, and it's only right to get a victory today.
Absolutely, man. Continue to have progress in today's game, man. Fight on.
Thank you. Fight on, man. I told you, when we at USC, everything's go right.
Welcome home, brother.
Thank you. You too, man.
Okay, but I'll say it again, Chris. You got Swaggy, you got O'Shea, DeMar DeRozan was here, and Elijah Stewart. But this is Juju's house.
That definitely. She makes that claim now, for sure.
Absolutely. LA Riot with a halftime lead on the Detroit Amps, looking for their first win of the season. More Big 3 basketball coming up here on Fubo Sports Network. Welcome back to the Galen Center. The home team, the LA Riot, with a 25-17 lead on the Detroit Amps. This reminder, you can follow Big 3 basketball all across social media, whether your platform of choice is Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or all 5. You can follow all the action and all the latest news from Big 3 basketball across all those platforms. Stan Verrett, Chris Haynes here courtside. What'd you see in the first half? The Riot trying to get it done without Dwight Howard today.
Definitely, and they're doing it. Jordan Crawford, Costa. They combined for 20 of the team's 25 points. They're doing it collectively. Jordan Crawford is penetrating, finding Costas the easy layup. He's also getting to his shots, getting to his spots. And not once that half did he sub himself out. Again, he subs himself out each half about 2 or 3 times a half. So he knows and understands that they're short-loaded right now, and he has to be in there to give himself a chance to win.
Jordan Crawford played 6 NBA seasons and averaged double digits in 5 of those seasons. O'Shea now with Rick Mahorn as the Amps try to come back here in the second half.
All right, guys, yes, I'm here with LA hater Rick Mahorn. Now, Rick, I know you don't like it here. We got Detroit twice, too. It's coming.
I don't like it here.
I just heard you in the other interview.
I said it was like it's one of my favorite cities to come to. I just don't like the sports team.
All right, yeah, you know, my IFB be tripping, man. So what can we look for you to try to get this lead back in this game?
Gotta score, and I've got to get some stops. And so far, we haven't executed our game plan. But you know, it's always the second half.
It's always the second half. You hear him. I'm gonna get out of here before I get fouled into the benches or something, man. It's Rick Mahorn.
Well, you know, you can come to Detroit. You know, you got to come to Detroit. I allowed you there.
Hey,
back to y'all, man.
You need the hood pass in Detroit for Rick Mahorn.
Mahorn called the goons off for O'Shea.
In order to visit the city. We got some Laker fans in here tonight.
Got to check in.
The second half underway. LA with an 8-point lead. Dante Green, one of the all-time best scorers in the Big 3, but unable to get that shot to go. How about Kosta Koufos in the first half? 10 points, second game with LA and having an impact.
Yeah, he's finding his way. When I talked to him before, as Jordan Crawford is that baseline jumper off the inbounds play, as I talked to Coach before this game, he said, man, my goal is just to set screens. I want to free guys up. But it's going to take more than setting screens, and he's definitely doing that and then some.
Green. Manhandling Chris Allen and able to draw the foul. Big size advantage for Green.
I didn't see much contact right there, Stan. I didn't see much contact.
Green played 1 year at Syracuse. 28th overall pick by the Grizz in 2008. And again, one of the all-time leading scorers in Big 3 history.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in my neck of the woods in Sacramento for most of his career.
Jordan Crawford scored LA's last 8 points. And they'll get it back to him here. Tried to get it to Koufos, but that pass deflected out of bounds.
See, Jordan Crawford has it going so much when he's getting open off those screens, he's having 2 guys submerge on him. And so oftentimes he's going to find a big. And look, he continues to go in right now, again, off of an inbounds play.
Rick Mahorn told me yesterday that he was going to monitor the game and try to keep Crawford in check, and he'd make adjustments defensively as the game wore on, depending on how it was going, and maybe time for those adjustments.
Well, yes, that's why he called that timeout right now. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
10-point lead for the Riot. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's showtime.
Nick Young's LA Riot with a 10-point lead, playing without Dwight Howard today. And trying to hand Detroit a 4th straight loss to start the season. Jordan Crawford up to 14 points now. He said they called that timeout to try to get him under control.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a couple of baskets that he scored off the inbounds play where he's just getting free, no screen at all. So they have to pay attention to detail. I mean, there's only one Jordan Crawford on the floor, so you got to know where he's at all times.
Crawford with LA's last 10 points as Corey Brewer goes to work. And Brewer unable to connect. Crawford with the rebound, but Dante Green with the foul. So we talked about Nasir Core last week when Detroit was down. Core with that monster second half, knocking down threes, had a 4-point shot as well. Brought them back in that game, and they may need to get him cranked up again to get back in this one because LA's taking charge.
Yeah, I think he had a little extra motivation last week because he came off the bench. That's not, he's not accustomed to that. So he was a little bit motivated going into that game.
Here's Core. No good. Brewer with the offensive rebound, back to Green. Green with the 3, and that's good.
And that's on Jordan Crawford. He did not box out Corey Brewer. That was his assignment, was free Brewer up to get the pass to Dante Green for the 3.
And the Amps cut it 7. Get it back to Crawford. Koufos wasn't expecting the pass, and it's turnover. It was a good thought, but just not on the same page.
And the reason why he wasn't expecting the pass, because Jordan Crawford is hot. He expected him to shoot that ball. He's going crashing for the offensive rebound, not to get a pass. But just the chemistry issues, those are things that will be worked out over time.
And despite the mistakes, LA has really been in control of the game. Lead cut to 5 now as Brewer gets free inside. Despite the shot clock violations and the lack of overall offensive chemistry, LA able to take control, but Detroit trying to mount a comeback. They've cut it to 5. Another timeout on the floor, so Detroit trying to climb back into this game.
And listen, they have the personnel to do it. You can't dismiss them. This is a team that will play you until the end. Do not allow for their record to get you to thinking that this is going to be an easy walk in the park. It's not. You got Nasir Core, you got Corey Brewer, and again, Chris Johnson. I can guarantee you, even though this is his first game in Big 3 this season, he has not just been on the couch. He's been playing. So you got to take him seriously.
Core with 9 points so far. What do they have to do to try to get him going?
Nasir Core, I think he needs to get downhill a little bit more. He bails the defense out when he settles for the 3-point shot. There's nobody that can stay with him when he's going downhill, using his body to get open shots. So I think he just has to be aggressive and in that mode more so.
Scoreless so far in the second half is Nasir Core, but his team on a 5-0 run cut a 10-point lead down to 5 as Allen controls it for LA. Cheat codes.
That was a tough shot.
He said he was a cheat code on Nasir Core and able to rise up and knock it down over.
Yeah, that was a nice side step on the baseline. You don't have much room on that baseline, so he was really on target for that shot by
knocking
Chris.
It down, and then
watch how Corey Brewer stays on the play, because if Koufos gets that ball, that's a layup. So credit to Corey Brewer on that.
Crawford trapped in the corner, and Core able to deflect it out of bounds.
Yeah, Detroit used that sideline as an extra defender right there. Crawford didn't have much room along that baseline, so that was a great defensive tactic.
Billy Preston in now for LA. And he'll go one-on-one with Johnson. Step back, no good. Green going one-on-one with Preston now.
He has the size. Let's. Bailed him out.
Air ball, but a foul. I don't know about that one, Chris.
Yeah, but listen. Dante, they're bringing the fire. Yeah, that's a
got
foul.
him on the elbow.
Got him on the elbow. Dante almost bailed him out. Like, I still think he could have buyed him a little bit more to get closer to the basket, but bring the fire. Who do you like in this situation right here, Stan?
Well, here we go. We got 6'11" and 6'10".
Yeah.
Let's go. So again, when a coach brings the fire, if the offensive player scores, count the bucket. If the defensive player is able to get a stop, no bucket and no foul. Each team gets one challenge per half to bring the fire. And so here we go. Dante Green against Billy Preston. Mano y mano.
He got by him. He got
Green.
It. He got it.
Strong move and uses the glass.
And he shrugged the shoulders on him. Once he got that shoulder into his chest, he was able to, right there, he was able to create enough space to get inside the paint. Once he got inside the paint, there was nothing you could do.
Grown man basketball.
Hey, got
7 points for Green so far.
Oh, that was so, oh my goodness.
Crawford on the drive.
That was nice.
Got Green to look and able to feed Koufos.
Watch this nice wraparound pass by Jordan Crawford. Again, Crawford is so aggressive, they're keying in on him, so they don't anticipate him passing.
Green started to feel it. Puts 3 on the board now. And the Amps have cut it to a 4-point game.
That bring the fire got Dante Green going. So this is what you need. You need other guys to step up, and then you hope Nasir Kaur will be able to find his rhythm as well.
Crawford gets a good screen from Preston, but air ball.
He went for that 4. Went for that 4-point dagger. He was feeling himself right there. I need to get his legs up underneath. That's a long shot there, Stan.
30 feet if you want 4 points in the Big 3. Green. He'll fire again. This time no good. So Dante Green starting to feel it.
Let's see if this was a foul. Nah, I would not give him a foul on that. Yeah, I think that was a good contest. He stayed out of his landing path as well. Great defense by Chris Johnson.
4-point game. The Amps trying to work their way back into it. They were down by 10, but have cut it to 4. Chris Allen knocks that one down.
And again, he got free off of Koufos' screen right there.
6 points for Allen, and back to a 6-point game.
You can make the case LA has 2 of the best screeners in all the Big 3 on the same team.
Corey Brewer in rhythm, but off the mark. Allen, good pass inside to Koufos, and Brewer had no choice.
Yeah, that was a tall task for Corey Brewer. Corey Brewer's probably about 180 soaking wet. Doesn't stand much of a chance on Koufos.
Detroit fighting and scrapping. May not be able to come back from 0-4, Chris, so.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Nasir Kaur no good. Crawford will clear it.
Got to capitalize on those open shots.
And Koufos just too big.
Man. Too big, too good around the key. He is being all of what they need with Dwight Howard being out. I know Dwight is over there very proud of his teammates right now for fighting.
Kaur still scoreless in this second half. Feeds Johnson inside and too strong for Allen.
Yeah, so right now, you have to help on Chris Johnson when he has Allen on him. Nasir Kaur, you don't worry about Nasir Kaur right now because his shot is not falling. You go and help because that's too easy of a shot. He's going to hit that 9 out of 10 times.
Got the seal and then just muscled Allen under the basket.
Yeah. See, Koufos came late there. He got in the picture late. But, yeah, you got to, while Nasir Kaur is struggling, you know, sometimes you struggle even more when when defenders start to leave you open on purpose. It gets in your head. So maybe they need to try to use that tactic every now and then.
Allen, no good on the free throw. Or Johnson, rather. Here's Brewer with the rebound.
Ooh.
Had Johnson underneath the basket and missed him.
You got to clear out right here.
And Crawford with Johnson lurking in the lane. And Crawford will pull up.
There we go. Double K
no
again.
Good. Allen, ball fake.
Right there, right there.
Too easy.
right there. When you have a solid big selling solid screens, he's going to be open on the roam to the basket. They're finding him often, and he's connecting often.
16 for Kufas now.
Uh-oh.
Trying to get the mismatch, but they couldn't get it to Johnson. And Allen's lonely at the top of the key. No good.
He was too lonely. I think he needed some company.
Able to take his time, but couldn't find the mark. So Rick Mahorn's team down 8. Remember, first to 50 wins it. So they need stops.
He's playing with his food.
There's Crawford dancing. Brewer with a look at a 3. In and out. Offensive rebound to Johnson.
Oh, yeah. They call foul.
Good cut for Brewer.
Yeah. If they didn't call a foul, that's an easy 2 for Crawford on what would have been a steal and a layup. So Detroit catches a break right there.
Foul on the floor. It'll be side out for the Amps. Johnson, one-on-one with Kufas. And Crawford with the rebound.
Uh-oh. I thought he was thinking about it.
Allen.
Ooh.
Ball died on the rim and fell in.
It died and fell.
And that extends the lead to 10 for LA. 9 points away from getting to the 500 mark. Here's a look at that shot from Allen. We'll be back in just a minute. The Riot with a 10-point lead here in LA. Costa Koufos made his Big 3 debut last week. He had 3 rebounds and an assist. Didn't score, but he's a big part of the story here, Chris.
No, definitely. If you want to have a great pick and roll game, first it has to start with a great pick. That's what he's doing to free himself up for layups. Him and Jordan Crawford has it going. He's learning the rules on those air balls. He's finding that he has to get that layup up. And again, the pick and roll situation with him and Crawford. With those two combined, Costa Koufos has a game-high 16 points, but with him and Crawford combined, they have scored 30 of the team's 41 points.
Koufos taking over with Dwight Howard out this week with a sore back and delivering for the Riot. Dante Green off the mark. And LA 9 points away. First to 50 wins, have to win it by 2. Corey Brewer with the denial on Koufos, and it leads to a bucket for Dante Green.
Yeah, that was a bad turnover right there. Unforced error for sure.
Amps down 8 with Brewer, Core, and Green on the floor right now. Crawford, Koufos, and Allen for LA. And Koufos with a rebound, but gonna call Core for the foul.
Yeah, I want to see, how did he get free of Brewer right there? Was that a push? Oh, yeah, little Jordan. Little Jordan out.
Forearm shiver.
Yeah.
Little WWE, too.
I see why Detroit was complaining on that. They had a little gripe there. That's a tough one.
Crawford turnaround jumper, no good. Green trying to muscle Koufos. But the shot does not fall. There's Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Allen with the push on Brewer, and they'll wave it off offensive foul.
He got the call that time. He didn't get the first one, but he got on the second one.
Corey Brewer is an elite defender, and sometimes that's the only way to get by him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would say the one with Crawford was more egregious, but I think the refs had that play in the back of their mind. They missed the first one, so they were on the call for the lookout on this one.
Here's Core. Let's see if he can get hot like last week. Didn't get that one to fall, and Preston had a 3 if he wanted it, passed on it.
Passed it up.
And now Allen on Core. And Koufos affecting the rebound.
Keeping the ball alive.
Core, another look.
Wow. Oh, go up.
That was no good, and there's Koufos. And Green saying it hit the rim.
I didn't see that.
Didn't look like it.
Hit all backboard from my angle. The refs had a better angle, so they saw it differently.
And the lead is 10. Detroit needs buckets and stops. Brewer, no hesitation, but he can't connect. Core with the rebound.
They need that one.
That's 2 that rimmed in and out. And Koufos with the block on Brewer and the bucket.
Stan, I think Koufos has figured out that on those air balls or those shots that don't hit the rim, I'm going up. He's got
right
probably
back up.
10 points just off of that play right there.
Turning defense to offense immediately, and that's 20 for Koufos now.
Yeah, and Core is just off.
Preston one-on-one with Green. He'll step back and fire. No good. Green with the rebound. Core. Strong move. Put his shoulder into Koufos' chest to get him off of him.
That's the only way you're going to get a shot up over him.
That's the first bucket for Core of the second half. And it brings Detroit to within 10. Problem is the Riot are just 5 points away from securing the victory.
You know, maybe there's some fatigue when it comes to Sierra Core. He had a draining one-on-one matchup in Los Angeles yesterday against a very good player, Archie Goodwin. And people don't know, playing one-on-one is taxing because there's no possessions off. You're either trying to score or you're trying to stop them. So I don't know. I'm not trying to make any excuses, but he is definitely off today.
Time now for the defensive play of the game, brought to you by Gain. And who else?
Right there.
Costa Koufos.
Just being big, not jumping, using your size, just keeping your arms up, and good things tend to happen.
Like, look what I found.
Yeah.
And I get a bucket out of it.
And he's I'm telling you, he's probably got about 10 points just doing that.
Nick Young told me yesterday, he said, we're going to need Koufos down the stretch, with or without Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Needed him today, especially with Howard out.
For sure. You need guys to step up.
And he's delivered.
Yeah, you need guys to step up. And one thing I want to say, to the Detroit teams or any other team struggling right now in the Big 3 basketball, we're at the point of season where changes are being made drastically. You're seeing guys get waived and other guys get picked up. Don't be surprised if we see a new look, a couple of new players for Detroit going into next week.
Made one move, picking up Chris Johnson and waiving Dakari Tucker earlier this week. Allen can't hit. Brewer, strong to the hole. Stay with it. Missed twice. And Crawford.
He got there, got to a spot, just couldn't finish.
With Brewer on him, Crawford making moves, and they'll get green for the foul.
Stan, I'm telling you, this is my second season covering the Big 3 on a full-time basis. I've never seen Crawford stay.
Jacob. My bad, Jacob.
So Crawford may be showing some signs of fatigue here, but his team just 5 points away from finishing the job.
Yeah, this would be a very great signature win for LA. At home, here in LA, with no Dwight Howard. This can definitely continue some momentum going.
Good ball fake from Allen to clear some space. But it rims out. Brewer, open look at a three and bang on that. That's a shot Detroit really needed.
Yeah, they did. And
cut it to 7. 9 points for Brewer, and Detroit hanging around.
Jordan Crawford gave him, I think it's fatigue, but, you know, hopefully they can you got to finish the game. The game is the 50, not 45, so hopefully Jordan Crawford still has enough left in the tank.
Crawford will slow it down, 5 to shoot. No good. But Allen with the offensive rebound as Core
he's one of the best shooters.
The deck. And they're going to get Koufos over the back on Green.
Foul! Stop calling that!
So Detroit's best bet might be to try to get to the bonus here.
Yeah.
And get back in this.
You see Jordan Crawford got his hands on his knees. That's a sign of fatigue right there. So Detroit, they got a shot. This game is not over.
7-point game. And Green and Koufos having some words. Detroit needs a bucket here. The margin for error really slim at this point.
Wow.
Corey Brewer delivers. 4-point game. We saw Houston battle back earlier to get their first win of the season. They played like a desperate team in the second half and would not take no for an answer.
Yeah.
And Detroit showing some of the same thing right now.
I'm telling you, a lot of times when a team gets close to 50, they start getting complacent, or they start trying to, you know, hit the dagger three-pointers instead of staying simple and staying with what got them to this point in the first place.
And they're going to call Dante Green for a foul. And needless to say, he does not agree. He made a different call there.
I mean, he's not the only one. You know, it's not too many players in the Big 3 that agree with the referees here.
So here we go. Koufos and Green, big on big to settle it. And Koufos right to the basket, little over-the-shoulder jump hook. And he got it to go. That's 22 now for Koufos.
And look at Dwight Howard raise up from his seat.
It's a one-possession game. As Koufos, I think he knew exactly what he wanted to do there.
That was a soft touch right there. People may think that's a hard shot, but he practiced that. Oh, look at Crawford.
Bucket.
Now he has a chance for the free throw to win
And
the game.
Chris Allen will go to the line, and the free throw can seal it for LA. He said he had the maneuvers to keep Nasir Core in check. If he can knock down this free throw, he'll keep Detroit's entire team in check and send them home with their fourth loss, and that'll do it. 11 points for Chris Allen, including the game winner on a three-point play. And the Riot take it 50-41 over the Amps. And the Riot, without Dwight Howard, they get to 2-2 on the season. Very important, Chris, because you got one team already at 4-0 and another trying to get to 4-0.
Yeah, you don't want to get down too bad in the standings here because, that playoff implications. But no, very great signature win for the LA Riot.
Another look at the basket from Allen to win it. Jordan Crawford with a spin move in the setup, and Allen strong to the rack. Core got him from the back. And Allen with the thrill of victory. And O'Shea standing by with Costa Koufos.
Man, sitting here with Costa Koufos, who has added a whole new element to this Riot team. They're scary now because of you. How you loving the Big Three?
It's a blessing. Y'all running ahead of a league. Thank y'all for giving us opportunities to keep playing. And, I'm glad we just won the game. And shout out to everybody that's part of this. It's a big thing.
Now, with you and Dwight now, twin towers in here on this LA Riot team, does the league have to pay attention to this Riot squad?
Look, we got to stay confident, but stay humble at the same time. Obviously, Dwight's a Hall of Famer. We know what Dwight can do. We just got to take every opponent like it's our last and just treat it like it's our last game playing every time we step on the court.
Costa Koufos is scary out here, fellas.
Dwight Howard out with a sore back. Costa Koufos is just his second game in the Big Three after a scoreless game last week. Puts up 22. Jordan Crawford with 14 to help out. And LA gets to 2-2 on the season with a victory over the Amps. Amps fall to 0-4 on the season. Game 3 of 4. We're back with more Big Three action on Fubo Sports Network. Big 3 fans, the 9th wonder of the summer is coming to a city near you. Go to big3.com/tickets for all the details to find out how you can see all the action live and in person. Stan Barrett, Chris Haynes here at the Galen Center here in Los Angeles. And you know, Chris, I went to Miami last week to see the Big 3 in person for the first time last week, and you really don't appreciate how well these guys compete and how hard they play until you see it in person.
No, definitely, man. This is high-level basketball right here. Like,
absolutely.
The Big 3 right now in Season 9 is much different than it was in Season 1 and Season 2. These guys right here play at a tremendous level. They love to compete, and we're seeing it on full display. So it's a pleasure to watch from week to week.
We saw it from Costa Koufos in just his second game in the Big 3 today, 22 points and 10 rebounds.
Now, this guy right here, coming back from last week, again, didn't score at all, but I think he figured himself out. Throughout the week, I was hearing that he was texting teammates about, certain rules and what they need from him, and he did everything that they needed from him, setting screens, rolling, finding guys for open shots. He did it all.
So LA gets the win 50-41. They shot 49% from 3, and they get the win, Chris, while going 1 for 11 from 3.
Wow. And that just shows you how great they were on the interior. And Koufos and Jordan Crawford getting over to get their shot whenever they want it definitely helped their case.
We got Game 4 coming up, the Boston Ball Hogs and the Chicago Triplets. When we come back. Big 3 fans, get your swag on. Check out an all-new collection of apparel at store.big3.com. 8 cities, 1 league. Official Big 3 merch out now. 3 games into week 4. And time to look at our stars of the game so far today. Jonathan Simmons, 19 points and 7 assists. Elijah Stewart, 23 points and 7 rebounds as their team got wins earlier today. Houston Rickhands with their first win of the season. The Power remain undefeated as they get to 4-0. And the game we just saw here on Fubo Sports Network, Costa Goofus, 22 points and 10 boards to help the LA Riot get to 2-2. Coming up, it's the Boston Ball Hogs and the Chicago Triplets in Game 4 of Week 4 in the Big 3. Big 3 basketball rolls on from here in Los Angeles. Game 4 of 4 in Week 4. It's the 2-1 Boston Ball Hogs and the 3-0 Chicago Triplets. Here's where we are in the standings right now for the first 3 games today. The Dallas Power gets to 4-0, first team to reach that mark. The Triplets will try to join them. And LA with a win gets to 2-2. And the Houston Rickhands get their first win of the season. Stan Verrett, well, with Chris Haynes here courtside at the Galen Center at USC. Man, this is a great-looking matchup on paper because we have 2 guys who really went off last week, beginning with Jerry Pargo for Boston, who put on a shooting display.
And Pargo, he is having a resurgence of a season. Last season, he would admit, he would tell you it was a down year for him. So he went into the offseason more dedicated to his craft, and he is one of the best all-around players we have in the guard position in this league, and he is the best 4-point shooter we have in league history.
Ran off 3 in a row last week.
And you're going to get a couple more of those up today as well.
And as we mentioned, the Chicago Triplets trying to get to 4-0 and join Dallas. And Montrezl Harrell came out last week. Amir Johnson had been carrying the team for the first 2 weeks, and then Montrezl Harrell shows up and dominates.
He said the boogeyman is back. That's what he likes to be referred to. And listen, you can make the case. I'm going to say it. He's the most dominant player we have in the Big Three. Some people will say, well, Michael Beasley. I think Michael Beasley probably the best, maybe the best all-around player, but most dominant. Nobody can stick with this guy on a physicality standpoint. He has a motor that is unmatched, and you add all that together, that's a dominant player in Big Three basketball.
Montrezl Harrell, the Big Three Rookie of the Year last year, trying to get into the MVP conversation this season. Very strong performance last week, and we got a couple of Hall of Fame coaches in this game. The Doctor, Julius Erving, and the Glove, Gary Payton. Let's go down to O'Shea for more on the coaches.
All right, here I am. Joined here with Gary Payton and the Doctor, 2 Hall of Famers. Now, you guys have not only Hall of Famers, but you guys were stars of your respective teams and always were ready to take over. As a coach, do you get the itch to just get out there sometimes?
Heck no.
Heck no.
I ain't trying to get out there.
Me neither.
I'll be retired a lot longer than him.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like Doc I've been watching Doc when I was a kid, and I ain't feeling it right now. I know he ain't feeling
No
it.
temptation. No, the hands don't sweat. Nothing. Now, when I retired for about 5 years, my hands used to sweat. When I went to a game, I'd be sitting up there, oh, man. And did it stop one day?
Yup.
That was it.
That's it.
No looking back.
And now I'm a dad, so I get to watch it. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we're thankful to have you both as coaches of this Big Three league. Have a good game to both of you.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Again, we mentioned Pargo had 3 4-pointers in a row last week, 3-time Big Three All-Star. And Garland Green, most improved player in the Big Three just a couple of years ago. And for Chicago, Montrezl Harrell and Amir Johnson, great 1-2 punch for them. And Brandon Moss, body bag, the human highlight reel. Also Leandro Barbosa, great all-around team for the Triplets, but they'll have their hands full with ball hogs today as we are ready to get underway here at the Galen Center. Game 4 of 4. Had 3 exciting finishes so far today, and we get to see 2 players who really hit their stride last week in Pargo and Harrell, Chris.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the match. I believe Stevens will probably spend the bulk of his time on Montrezl Harrell, so I'm looking forward to that matchup, and also, you know, Pargo. But listen, the way I'm looking at, hold on here, I see Montrezl starting off on the bench. He's not playing? Well, Montrezl giving a signal right now that he's not playing.
So that's a development to watch. We saw him warming up.
Yeah, I don't know if that means he's not playing or he's not starting right now. So we'll have to get some more, see if O'Shea can get some info on that.
So a little lineup adjustment for Dr. J. As Harrell starts the game on the bench, they'll go with Barbosa, Moss, and Amir Johnson. And I wonder if this is just a matchup thing. As early substitution, Garland Green in for Quincy Miller.
That's definitely because they expected Montrezl to start, so that's why they're coming with that early substitution right there.
The Brazilian blur, Leandro Barbosa, getting free to open the score. So maybe a little gamesmanship lineup-wise for these 2 teams.
Yeah, something's going on here.
Pargo out to Green. No good, but Stevens able to corral the rebound and a foul on Barbosa. So we'll see how long before we see Montrezl Harrell, if we see him. But interesting lineup choice to start with Julius Erving. Pargo. Not this time, and Barbosa will clear it. Into Amir Johnson with Pargo on him. Lost his balance. Had the mismatch that they wanted, but not able to stay on his feet in the shot clock violation as Barbosa wasn't aware of the time running out.
Yeah, great defensive possession right there. Yep, that's what Pargo does. He pulls the chair
out.
Yep. That's what you do with those big guys. The big guys are looking for contact. If they don't get it, they fall down.
Barbosa able to smack that away from Pargo, but a foul. So 2 quick ones on Chicago here early. Triplets at 3-0. Beat the Rig Hands and Trilogy in Miami 305 last week. Made the title game last year, lost to Miami. Trying to get back there this year and off to a great start through 3 games. Harrell up off the bench, but still not in the game.
Yeah, I know O'Shea Jackson over there. I know he's working.
O'Shea, what do you have on these lineups?
Yeah, so I just asked Montrezl Harrell, and it seems to be his knee. His knee seems to be bugging him, so I guess he's sitting this one out.
So we saw him in warm-ups, and it looked like he was okay, but apparently something happened in warm-ups where Harrell not able to go. Brandon Moss converted for the Triplets, and it's a 4-point lead for Chicago.
But the one thing that Chicago can hang their head on is that they start off 2-0 without Montrezl Harrell, so they know how to play without him. But definitely being a late scratch like that from a talent like that, that's a tough blow.
Ran things through Amir Johnson the first couple of weeks, and so that may be the game plan again as he got Pargo down in the paint, and that's not going to work out well for Pargo.
Yes, it's not, but I'm going to tell you, like, Pargo and Nasir Kaur, those guys are tough guys to post up because they're just as physical as the bigs we have in this league.
But you might have to stack them on top of each other to deal with Amir Johnson. As Moss tries to give us an early highlight. And there's Pargo, rims out. Strong rebound for Stevens. Gets the roll and the foul. Deshaun Stevens on his 4th Big 3 team in 4 years. And getting the bucket to fall there as you see the block from Garland Green to keep Moss off the boards. One of my favorite things to watch, Chris, is Brandon Moss and his interactions with the official. and he calls him Mr. Official. When he
that's why,
Mr. Official, I think that was a foul right there.
I like that he's respectful.
Last week he said, hey, man, you're not giving me anything. He's like, I don't play dirty. Why can't I get a call?
Well, let me tell you that. Addressing referees in that nature will go a long way. That'll give you a few calls here and there.
Wesley Johnson for 3. Yeah, the Triplets with a 5-point lead. Green thought about it. Floater no good, stays with it, and cleans up his own shot. Garland Green, co-captain on the Rig Hands last year. Most improved player in the Big 3 2 years ago. There's Brandon Moss. Oh! And when Brandon Moss gets liftoff, it's fun to watch.
He hopped on that trampoline. It was a little bump, and he lost his balance.
Look at it, that quick first step. And Green holding on for dear life there.
He had bad intentions for sure.
Really fun player to watch. They call him Body Bag. Big 3 All-Star a couple of years ago. 1 for 2 points. No good, but he's able to get the rebound himself. Wesley Johnson again. And Pargo will clear it for Boston. Pargo going one-on-one with Moss. Out to Ray Nixon. Triplets with a 1-point lead. Wesley Johnson to Moss. Sizing up the defense. And Johnson getting tangled up there with Quincy Miller.
Yeah, it's getting physical out there, Stan.
Absolutely. Those are 2 big bodies going at it.
Yeah.
Here's another look at it.
Okay. Holding from both of them.
And then Johnson with a bit of an arm bar on Miller. And Miller will take the shot. No good.
Yeah, Chicago will give him that right now. He has to prove they can make a few first.
Both teams trying to find some offensive rhythm here in this first half. Moss Sizing it up to Johnson in the corner. He's had that shot a few times, but not able to connect on that one.
Uh-oh, Pargo, you can clear out for this. This is what you want. Woo.
Pargo's got Johnson on skates. Goes to the fall away, no good, and Moss with the rebound.
Amir Johnson, great defense. You got him to take a fadeaway, one-legged jump shot.
Moss had a foot on the line. That was a 2. And a foul on the floor, and I think this one will be on Miller. Over the back on Johnson. And it's getting physical enough where Moss is going to need a wardrobe adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Moss was playing with 3 layers. He took a jersey off underneath his game jersey. I guess he's trying to look bigger than what he is.
Maybe a little chilly in here for Brandon Moss. Can't get the feed from Johnson, and Johnson was my bad. So not much scoring so far. A lot of fouls. 3 on Boston already, 4 on Chicago. Something to watch, as the bonus can affect games when teams go over the limit. Stevens. No good. Pargo clears it out to Nixon. Got a shot if he wants it. Can't connect. Pargo with a look. No good. Here's Stevens again on Johnson. Bank shot, no good. So neither team able to hit here early in this matchup.
I don't think this is going to be a pretty game. This is pretty big oriented, so it looks like it's going to be a slugfest.
This is on Esther basketball right now. Pargo and a timeout. Gary Payton wants to talk about it. Ball hogs want to have a chat. 3 for 10 for the ball hogs, Chris. 3 for 10 for Chicago as well. Is this just the defense, or is this guys getting looks that say they should knock down?
Well, it's a lot. You know, they don't. Neither team has a knockdown shooter, and you look at the makeup of both squads. It's a front court heavy roster, and so we're going to see a lot of bigs being able to try to show what they can do in the interior. So from that standpoint, I don't know that this is going to be a pretty game. I don't know if we're going to be a lot of splashing of threes, but ultimately the game is to get to 50, and that's all that matters.
We see Gary Payton getting at his squad right now.
Did you expect anything less than?
The Oakland is coming out early.
Nah, I mean, Gary Payton, I love, as a sideline reporter, I love listening to his huddles because he's, he can say whatever he wants to say, and you're going to shut up. You're going to listen. Same with Rick Mahorn. And so it's good to see how he's able to get his point across.
Legendary coaches across the Big Three, and it's great to see them all still involved with the game.
Still competitive, still very much competitive. And, these are legends, and these are guys that you're going to take anything you can from them, whether it's knowledge, important knowledge, or, even just talking basketball and skill set. Those guys still have it, and they love doing it, and they love giving back.
The doctor, definition of elegance and grace.
Oh, man,
from the way he played the game to just his whole demeanor.
Hey, he's the original Swaggy P.
Back to live action. Pargo had to throw it up to beat the clock. And Boston gets it right back. Pargo again, and nothing falling for either team. And that ball out of bounds looked like it was off Moss, and so it'll be Boston ball.
Chicago cannot grab the defensive rebound. They have to get back to the basics and the fundamentals of boxing out the shooters.
But Boston gets rebounds, and then they can't hit shots.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Let's go back to O'Shea.
Boy, if y'all don't take the lid off this basket, all right, I'm getting tired, and I'm just sitting here watching.
Oh, man.
It's a very big oriented game. But we need to see some inside scoring because the putbacks aren't falling. They exercising out here, man. They exercising.
Yeah, it's becoming a problem if our sideline reporter O'Shea is falling asleep over there. We got to get something going.
Good inside bucket from Pargo, and then a steal. And Pargo open, can take his time, and gets the roll.
It doesn't have to be pretty.
No.
It just has to go through the net.
That's 5 straight for Pargo to give the ball hogs a 4-point lead. So let's see if the triplets can get back to Amir Johnson and what he did in the first 2 games for his team. When Montrezl Harrell was out, he carried the load and was a big factor offensively, but so far not in this game.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of that. At least see Chicago try to force feed Amir the ball. The problem is that Boston, they have a few guys that can kind of match the physicality of Amir, but it'll be interesting to see.
Brandon Moss fouled on the play. He can tack 2 more on the board for the triplets if he can knock this one down. And he does. So 2-point game now. Pargo heads to the sideline. Garland Green back in for the Ball Hogs. And Green comes out firing and connecting. Back to a 4-point lead for Boston. That's 4 points for Green so far tonight. Wesley Johnson for 3. That's no good, and Boston with a rebound in the clear with Green. And he'll work against Moss. Green, mid-range, no good, but what a tip-in for Deshaun Stevens.
Amir came up hobbling a little bit like he might have landed on Stevens' foot, but he's playing on.
Stevens with that 7'3" wingspan, able to get to that one. And the Ball Hogs with a 6-point lead. That timeout from Gary Payton seemed to get him going. 9-2 run for Boston. And they lead the triplets by 6 back to LA, and more Big 3 in just a minute. Back here at the Galen Center in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of Big 3 basketball. Download the free iHeartRadio app today for your favorite music, podcasts, and Big 3 play-by-play coverage. We got a couple of legends on the sidelines today, and the head coaches, Gary Payton, 2013 Hall of Famer, Julius Erving, 1993. You see the all-star accolade. This is my favorite Dr. J story, Chris. In 1976, when the Nets came to New York in the NBA, the Knicks charged them $4.8 million for imposing on the New York market. And so the Nets said, I tell you what, we'll trade you Dr. J's contract, and he can join the Knicks, and we'll call it even. And the Knicks said no.
Wow.
And that's why it took them until this year to win another championship. Because they had a chance to get the doctor and passed on it in 1976.
The curse of the doctor. I love it. I didn't know that tidbit.
Leandro Barbosa with a bucket there for the Triplets. 1-point game now. Stevens. Hard-working bucket, but it can't fall.
Hey, Stan, I was able to talk to Montrez during the break, and he's dealing with a knee sprain. He said he wanted to come out here and give it a go and warm up. So that's what we saw during, his pregame. But he said he didn't feel right, so he was preferring to take today off to be available next week in Chicago, being that they're the home team. So that is his plan.
We saw the LA Riot get the job done earlier without Dwight Howard. And now the Triplets trying to get it done without their main man, Montrezl Harrell. Ball got stuck on the rim, so it'll be Boston ball.
We haven't had a four-pointer yet.
Have not. Pargo had 3 in a row on successive possessions last week. But he'll take the drive there and the foul. So Pargo with a chance to put 2 more on the board from the free throw line. And Julius Erving's going to bring the fire. So here we go. It'll be Pargo against Barbosa. If Pargo's able to score, count the bucket. Barbosa gets the stop. No score, no foul. So here we go. Defense has had a decided advantage across the Big 3 in bringing the fire so far this season. Pargo got it. Count the bucket. So Jeremy Pargo lighting it up.
Pargo created so much space for himself, gained so much ground off of that spin, then the contact by Barbosa resulted in the and one.
Like you mentioned, his lower body just so strong.
Yeah, he gained so much ground. And Barbosa was backing up, so that didn't help as well.
So the Ball Hogs with a 3-point lead right now. And Barbosa with 3 fouls, so he has to sit. Amir Johnson got the roll.
Yeah, Chicago's have to muck this game up. They got to make it an ugly bruiser type of game to try to get back in and regain some control.
You mean uglier?
you have a point there, Stan. You have a point.
Amir Johnson completes the 3-point play, and we got a tie ball game again at 17 apiece. First team to 25 takes us to halftime, and we may get there before dark.
Let's see if Knicks have anything to say about that. No. Yeah. Well, Stan, I can tell you this. I mean, they are trying to score.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'll give you that.
Absolutely. And both teams are playing aggressive defense as well, as indicated by the fouls.
Yeah.
And just the difficulty in getting shots to go.
Yeah.
But there's Stevens again using that wingspan to put that one up and in.
You know, if you're a big, you know this game is an ugly game. You know that guys are missing a ton of shots. So go get it on the offensive glass. You know, for the most part, the way this game is going.
6 for Stevens, and he got caught sleeping there. And Amir Johnson able to get inside and score.
Just slipped it right there.
That's 5 for Johnson. Again, with no Montrezl Harrell, we'll see how much they look to go to Johnson to get them going offensively. Strong rebound from Wesley Johnson.
He gonna shoot that.
Moss, 4 to shoot. He'll take it. And no one at home underneath on the offensive glass. Pargo reversing it.
Man, that's a skill set right there. That's a skill set. Used his body, went into Moss.
And Moss is 6'8" with some range.
But reverse layup.
Pargo using the other side of the glass to get there. And now Moss working on Pargo, but he does not get the roll.
Yeah.
And Pargo with the clear.
Pargo's not an easy match. He may be 6'2", but he's a tough figure.
And Johnson with the foul on Stevens. And so Stevens will head to the line. Ball Hogs in the bonus. And Stevens unable to connect. So Johnson with the rebound.
They're going to need Johnson to step up and hit some corner threes.
So they clear it out and get Pargo out of there, so Amir Johnson has a clear route to the bucket, but no dice.
Wes Johnson is the only true perimeter outside threat.
And Pargo starting to heat up. This is what we saw last week, but it was mostly from the outside last week. Pargo getting to the bucket this week. He's got 11.
Yeah.
And the Ball Hogs 2 points away from sending us to halftime. Good feed inside to Johnson.
Nice slip again.
Didn't know if he had enough room, but he was able to contort his body and get that one up and cut the lead to 2.
Yeah, GP is not happy about that. That's the second time they got away with that.
So Amir Johnson with the last 7 for Chicago. Pargo working the baseline. Stevens inside, nowhere to go. Had to throw it up on the glass.
They need West to hit that.
And he does not. Good box out by Stevens to keep Johnson off the glass. And Pargo wants it cleared out. Got a step on Johnson and leaves it for Stevens. And a foul. So again, there's Jeremy Pargo creating off the dribble.
Yeah, now, you know, listen, his outside shot is not falling, but you still have to respect it. And they respect it so much that they're closing out too hard. He was able to get downhill and set up his teammate for an N1. Well, for the foul, I should say.
And Deshaun Stevens at the line 1 for 2. And so that's 3 on Amir Johnson, but he has to stay on the court because they don't have anybody left with Harrell sitting this one out. Moss with the rebound. Trying to get it to Johnson. And a foul on Pargo. So Pargo says he was just standing there and gets the call nonetheless. And Johnson at the line, 1 for 2, with both teams in the bonus now. And Johnson rattles it home. So 23 apiece. Next bucket sends us to halftime as these two teams struggling a bit. Pargo also with 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's crucial.
So he has to sit.
That's a flat shot.
But Johnson able to corral the rebound. Scott Green underneath, and Johnson's going to head to the line. So struggle for both teams offensively, and we're going to bring the fire again. Gary Payton's going to trust Pargo or make it Green to deal with Amir Johnson. 1-on-1 again. Bucket and it counts for Johnson, and if Green can get the stop, no score, no foul.
Green is a physical player, but if I'm Amir, I'm trying to back him all the way. There he got it.
Green tried to grab him. Green tried to grab him. Johnson fending him off, but then not able to finish the play. And it looks like fatigue's becoming a factor now.
Yeah, well, listen, he got what he wanted, got him up in the air, and he unfortunately smoked the layup. That would have sent us to half.
Green, top of the key. Got it. And the Ball Hogs will head into halftime with a 3-point lead, trying to knock the triplets from the ranks of the undefeated. And they've got a 3-point lead as we go to the half. Jeremy Pargo, big first half for Boston. Let's go down to O'Shea. He's with Gary Payton.
Gary, seemed to be a lid on the basket, but you guys seem to be the first ones to get it off. How do you feel about this ugly game?
You know what? It's like we know what we got to do. They're playing a lot of minutes because they're hurt, but we're selling for jump shots. We got to get to the basket, and then when we get in the bonus, we got to make free throws, and we're not doing that. But now it's starting to kick in. I think both teams are going to start kicking in, and it's going to be a better second half.
So the fatigue playing a factor over there on the triplets. Is that your plan of attack going into this second half?
I got to. I can't let Amir just play the whole game. I got to attack him, and I got to get him in foul trouble and see if the fatigue will help.
It seems like the glove is planning to play some defense on Amir. Back to y'all.
All right, we'll see how that strategy works out. Ball Hogs with a 3-point lead, trying to get to 3-1. We're back with more after a break. Halftime at the Galen Center in Los Angeles. It's the Ball Hogs looking for a third straight win, leading the Chicago Triplets 26-23. Standing right here courtside with Chris Haynes. 8 for 25 for Chicago, 12 for 33 for Boston in the first half. So it wasn't pretty, but we heard Gary Payton say he's going to go right at Amir Johnson with Montrezl Harrell out for Chicago. So something to watch in that second half.
Yeah, no, definitely. They want to try to wear him out. And look, Deshaun Stevens, he's been a beneficiary of all those bricks. 13 rebounds in the first half. I'm curious to know what the Big 3 record is for rebounds in the game, because it seems like he's flirting with them.
Jeremy Pargo been pretty good for the Ball Hogs. 5 of 15. He's had to work 4 shots, but he's got 11 points, leads all scorers.
He's being aggressive all throughout the game, and he's going to continue to do so.
Let's go down to O'Shea, who's with Pargo.
Here with the first person to get the lid off the basket, Pargo. Man, you seem to be doing your thing in this ugly game, man. Getting fouls called on you just for standing there, it seemed like. What goes into your head mentally as you go into this second half?
The biggest thing is play through it, man. Nothing's going to be given. Come out here and play physical. It's been a physical game. We got to find a way, man. They're coming out here shorthanded, and they're trying to take something that we think we deserve. So we got to come out here and earn it.
Now, when you start off and the game's a little rough, how do you mentally stay in it?
That's what GP's for, to calm us down and to get an eye behind when that was crazy. To get on us when we messing around, but he did his job and we're trying to do ours.
All right, I'm gonna let you get back to it. Back up to y'all. I'll dap you up, but I don't want to get Boston on my hands.
O'Shea, true Laker fan at heart, and not wanting to get anything green in his vicinity.
Well, let me tell you this. If that's the case, I'll take whatever is green in O'Shea's pocket right now if he feels that way about green.
We're underway in the second half. Boston trying to extend this lead. Miller. A good green. Got a look, but gave it back to Miller. Just beats the clock, but can't connect. So Barbosa, Johnson, and Moss to start the second half as Amir Johnson gets the bucket to go. And Boston going with Pargo, Miller, and Green.
Yeah, I think what Chicago is doing, they need some shooting out there. And Barbosa, he's the best shooter in this game as of right now. So you need that three-point threat right there to open the game up.
Green, clank, clank. And there's Barbosa with an open look.
Here it is.
Oh, and a body slam as Miller takes Johnson down. Now, Gary Payton said they were going to go at Johnson. I don't know if he meant that way.
Well, Stan, no, I do think he meant that way. This is Gary Payton we're talking about here. But yeah, again, they're lone big. This is their lone big with Chicago, so they have to, Amir, he's going to have to withstand the punishment because they're going to continue to go at him. But yeah, it's Chicago. That's why Chicago has to give him some relief and have other guys contribute offensively.
Again, no Montrezl Harrell for Chicago, having some knee issues. Tried to get it going in warm-ups, but decided he couldn't go as the Brazilian Blur makes the cut underneath. And Chicago takes the lead. 6 points for Barbosa so far. Pargo making moves. Quick move to the basket to get it up and over Johnson.
That was a nice ISO crossover right there. He had Barbosa going one way, and he went the other way. And from there on, all he had to do was finish over the outstretched arms of Amir Johnson.
Here's Barbosa trying to respond. Johnson. And Miller will get the foul. Another look at that move from Pargo.
Yeah.
And Johnson not able to get there on the rotation.
Yeah, he didn't have a shot. He was isolated so far where the help couldn't get over enough.
Quiet day so far for Brandon Moss. They're going to need some contributions for him if they're going to finish this off. As Pargo.
I believe that was a 4-point shot.
Trying to find the range. Again, hit 3 of them last week. Green, open lane.
Oh, nice deep. Go up.
And Moss able to take it away and put it away.
You said Moss is going to have to make a play. Now, he did it in an unconventional fashion. The defensive stop, got the strip, and then was able to go straight up with it. You need those easy buckets.
One of the rewards you get in the Big Three, you get a steal like that, you don't have to clear it. You can go straight up. And that's what Brandon Moss did.
They say defense leads to offense. Definitely did in that situation.
So substitutions now is Gary Payton rotating his bodies in and out with the triplets at a real disadvantage there, again without Harrell.
That's it. Harrell's not here, but he's still engaged and going at the refs like as he's playing. He's giving the refs an earful.
Green at the line, 1 for 2.
Artrez is very much still
Can't
engaged.
get it. Johnson with the box out that allowed Barbosa to get the rebound. And then Green has to just go for the takedown on Amir Johnson. And look, Gary Payton made no secret. They're going at Johnson.
Yeah, he called it. He said it, Stan. I don't know why we didn't believe him. He said what he was going to do.
Oh, Shea, what do you got?
Man, I'm starting to ask for an investigation on Gary Payton. This is getting ridiculous. Poor Amir Johnson. He's in Los Angeles, the hometown hero, and he's getting abused down here. He needs some help, y'all.
Yeah, him and that hardwood have got very acquainted today.
Now Pargo with Johnson on him. Making him dance.
Hey.
Good job by Johnson, but Pargo in and out. Looked like he had the roll there, and then it just wouldn't go down. Maybe there is a lid. Barbosa for 3.
Wow.
And that'll be Boston ball.
Stan, let me tell you about this. Amir Johnson is in such phenomenal shape. He lost a lot of weight going into the season. So what he's being asked to do and the abuse he's being taken, I don't think he would have been able to endure that last season.
Pargo connects from long range to put the ball hogs up too. Yeah. Amir's going to lose a couple more pounds tonight. He's getting a cardio workout. Moss in rhythm. And he strokes it.
Okay.
So back and forth we go. Triplets up 1 now, 12 for Moss. Pargo back to work. And a foul before the pass to Stevens.
Stan, have you ever seen a player tell a ref, I agree with the call you made?
Very seldom.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes if the foul's called on a player who's in foul trouble, somebody else will raise his hand to try to say I did it to keep that other player out of foul trouble. But other than that, not really. Here's Nixon. Open for 3 and knocking it down.
Hey. Now we're getting
Ray Nixon. 5 points for Nixon. And the lead is 2. Tight game all the way here. Barbosa, quick move. Didn't look like he had the space to get that up on the glass, but he did.
That's what he does. He puts his head down and he goes. He doesn't do many zigzags. He goes straight line direct to the basket.
And the game tied at 34 now. They call him the Brazilian Blur. NBA champion with the Warriors. Was an assistant with the Warriors and the Kings. As Pargo knocks down another 3.
This game is not ugly anymore, Stan.
No.
Come on now.
3-point Boston lead. Barbosa got caught in no man's land, tried to get it to Johnson, but couldn't. So it'll be Boston's ball under the basket. And looks like it's Pargo time right now for Boston. Oh! Stevens got free. Had a dunk, but the rim denied him.
Yeah. Rim did a good job tonight. That was a nice block by the rim.
I'm starting to think it might be the rim.
That rim is playing great defense out there.
Stevens,
great defense on both teams.
With that 7'3" wingspan, but he needed 7'4" there.
Oh, Stevens got rid of got rid of his hair wrap right there, so.
Might have been aerodynamically holding him down. And he clanks the free throw as well. So a break for Chicago there.
Definitely.
As Boston missed a dunk and a free throw. And the blur going to work. But the shot is no good, and here comes Pargo again. Green. 3 more for Garland Green. And that'll take us to a break. The Ball Hogs with a 6-point lead now as the outside shots are starting to fall for Pargo and Green. We're back with the stretch run between the Ball Hogs and the Triplets. Wrapping up week 4 here in the Big 3. Game 4 of 4 in week 4 of the Big 3, and it's the Boston Ball Hogs with a 40-34 lead on the Triplets here in the second half. Let's take a look at today's Monster Moments fueled by Food for Less, and it came from one of the earlier games, Chris. Jordan Crawford to Costa Koopas, both those guys a big part of the story.
No, those guys had it working from start to finish. Their pick and roll game was lethal. You couldn't figure them out.
And LA gets the win without Dwight Howard, who was nursing a sore back today, unable to play. So, Chris, potentially a 4-possession game now for Boston as they try to close this out. Fatigue got to be a factor now, the way these teams have gone at it. So if you're Boston, if you're Chicago, what do you have to do to try to extend this game?
Well, first of all, for the first time, Chicago is giving Amir Johnson a rest. So he's going to start the game right now on the bench. But no, it's definitely in the favor of the Boston right now, because the last 5 or 6 field goals for Boston have been three-pointers made. So we were clamoring for outside shots to be knocked down. Boston is doing that, and they just found the right time. Unfortunately, Chicago, I should say, is on the wrong end of that.
Foul on the play, side out for Chicago. They need buckets and stops. Barbosa, first step on Pargo, and he's able to get there.
Hey, and once he gets that first step over, you can't catch up. He's like you said, it's a blur from there.
So 4-point game now. Green. That shot's been falling here in the second half, but not that time. Moss with the rebound out to Barbosa. Moss up top for the rebound and the stick back. Hey, just like that, we got a 2-point game.
Yeah, gritty basket. They want to keep it close. Chicago want to get this game within distance, which they have. Allow Mir to keep getting his breath, getting his rhythm.
14 now for Moss. Here's a look at these last 2 buckets. Help the triplets draw a little closer. There's Barbosa with that first step you talked about.
Yeah, that's what he does right there. Again, gets that step over you. It's hard to maintain. And also just use his athleticism, reach over him without creating body contact to get the easy layup.
Moss with a working class bucket underneath. Pargo. Stayed up there forever, but didn't go down. And it comes our way. 2-point game here again, first to 50. And you have to win by 2 to close it out.
I'm telling you right now, Boston needs to get this game. Without Montrezl Harrell in there, this will be a wasted opportunity.
Every possession critical the rest of the way. Moss, one-on-one with Stevens. Crossover, ball fake, backboard, but no bucket. And Stevens will clear for Boston. Pargo with a screen from Stevens. Can't hit it. And here's Barbosa. One-on-one with Nixon. And they get it to Moss. Moss able to finish again underneath.
We have a tie game here.
So Chicago come all the way back to tie this at 40. Moss with the seal on Nixon. And then the bucket, 6-0 run for Chicago to tie it up at 40. Let's take a look at what Brandon Moss has been up to, Chris.
Man, he does a little bit of everything. He can hit the outside shot. He's going to crash offensive rebounds. He's going to hustle. He's going to play defense and make him play making as well. So, again, this game hasn't been pretty, but Moss is giving you a fighting chance, which is being relentless with his effort today.
Montrezl Harrell tested his knee in warm-ups, decided that he couldn't go, and Boston looked like they were able to take advantage of it early in this second half, but Chicago has battled back with Moss and tied the game up at 40.
You have to remember, this Chicago team, they were in the finals last season in the Big 3. It was Chicago versus the Miami 305, so they have the championship pedigree within this team, so they believe they can win regardless who's in or who's out.
We saw Costa Koufos help the LA Riot get the job done with Dwight Howard out with a sore back. And now the triplets trying to do it without their main man. Montrezl Harrell spectacular last week in his first game of the season. Hit 9 of his first 10 shots, and triplets never looked back, but Boston takes a 2-point advantage here as Stevens gets free in the lane and gets the runner. So every possession critical now. It's 42-40.
Yeah, that's how you respond after on an ATO.
Moss back out to Barbosa. No good, and Moss with the seal on Pargo underneath, and a foul. That foul's going to be on Pargo. And so the next one will put Chicago in the bonus.
You see Moss is relentlessly crashing offensive boards right there. You see Pargo, he was holding his right arm. So great call by the officials.
Moss on Pargo again. Lost control of it, got it back, and somehow got that up off the glass and in.
Man, that play right there just exemplifies this game. That was not a pretty move. He lost the ball, was able to regather and go up for the layup. Ultimately, he got the bucket.
18 for Brandon Moss. As Pargo returns the favor.
Now that was pretty. That was pretty.
And here we go. 21 for Pargo. Switched hands in midair. Got that to go. So 44-42 again. First to 50, win by 2. So potentially a 2-possession game for Boston, but it's Chicago with the ball right now. Barbosa back to Moss. Foul on the floor.
Ooh, offensive.
Offensive foul. They called it on Moss. And Mr. Official is going to have another chat with Mr. Moss.
Stan, I got to see that again. I didn't see an offensive foul. Nah.
Hooked him with the arm.
I don't think it was enough for that.
And so they're going to bring the fire. And this is a matchup that we've seen here down the stretch in this second half. Pargo and Moss both trying to take their teams to victory, and they'll go one-on-one. Again, to bring the fire rules, if Pargo is able to connect, count the basket. A stop for Moss, takes the foul off the board, and no points, obviously.
This is a good
Pargo
matchup.
fade away, but Moss, with that length, still able to get to it.
It's a good matchup. You have one of the best defenders we have in the Big Three against one of the best shot creators we have in Pargo. So
another look at it. Moss able to eat up that space with his length as Pargo went to the fadeaway. So it remains 44-42. And the triplets with a chance to tie or take the lead here. Barbosa somehow got free and tied the game up at 44. So potential 2 possessions either way could decide this one. And Pargo will operate for Boston with Moss on him, able to shake free of Moss and get a good look as Johnson couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, he got really freed up off that screen. He had all the room in the world to maneuver, do whatever he wanted to do, and he chose to pull up, and that was the right decision.
Ball hogs up 2. Chicago's turn to respond now. Barbosa gets the screen from Johnson. Shot no good, but rebound Barbosa. Out to Moss, who's got some space for a 3 and knocks it down. Okay. And the triplets with a 3-point lead. That's 21 for Moss. Now make it a 1-point game. That's 21 for Moss.
Now Chicago can't trade baskets, but also remember, Pargo done 4-pointers that he loves in these opportunities
and
right
Moss
here.
fully aware of it and up on it, but now he's got Amir Johnson on him. And Pargo drives and kicks it. He'll take the 3, falling away, and knocks it down. Jeremy Pargo for the 2nd week in a row, taking charge here in the second half. And Brandon Moss coming over for a chat with us.
He's tired. He's tired. He's giving his all.
We got an extra chair if you need it. How about Jeremy Pargo?
That was tough.
Scored the last 7 points for Boston. Doing it with that quick first step off the dribble, showing the range. And then this shot here is ridiculous, Chris.
Nah, he's feeling it right now. When you have it going on, there's not a bad shot right now. And right here, he had Amir Johnson trailing him, and he felt comfortable shooting that baseline.
And he was able to tiptoe the sideline. He was right on the sideline when he got that shot off. And so now, Gary Payton and his team needs to play a little defense now. Brandon Moss stepping up with Montrezl Harrell out. He's got 21, but Pargo with 5 more.
Let's keep in mind, it's going to be Chicago's ball coming out the break. A 4-pointer can win the game. But Chicago really doesn't have guys who shoot that shot on a regular, but you have to believe that they know and understand what shot will take to get this game over with, because I'm telling you, you get the ball back to Boston.
Yeah.
I think Pargo might deliver.
So does Chicago try to end it here? They do with a 4-pointer from Barbosa. Can't get it to go, but gets the rebound and misses the layup. And Boston with a chance to end it. And they'll put it in Pargo's hands.
Remember I said you didn't want to give him another opportunity. Remember
With
I said
Moss
that.
on him, Pargo for the win. No. And Barbosa with the rebound. Chicago down 2. And he has to throw it out. Throws it in. Throws it off Nixon. And so,
Stan, I'm all for playing the short game, getting the easy 2 or whatever, but the way Pargo has it going, I want to see that 4-point shot go up.
Again, you have to win by 2, so a 3 will not do it. Fans think it might be over, but it's not. Nope. Have to win by 2. So Boston will get another chance. Pargo to Stevens.
Uh-oh.
No!
All right, who has it?
Barbosa with the rebound.
They going to Amir?
And they clear it out for him to go one-on-one with Pargo.
Oh,
Barbosa
nice pass.
inside to Johnson, who can't control it. And Stevens with the turnover and the bucket, or do we have a foul?
Stan, I thought there was a lot of contact there. But
let's take another look at it.
Let me see here. Amir's not complaining.
A lot of contact.
Yeah.
Johnson lost it. And Stevens right place, right time to put it in. So the Ball Hogs with a 1-point lead. But again, you have to win by 2. So
that was a good no call.
2-pointer here for Chicago. Will not get the job done. The 3 wins it though.
There we go.
And there it is. Body bag. Brandon Moss with the game winner. What a second half for Brandon Moss. 24 for the game for Moss, including the game winner. Another look at it, one-on-one with Stevens.
Sidestepped him to the right. Got her just enough space to get his shot off.
And able to get it to go.
He knew what he needed.
Julius Erving, without his top scorer, Montrezl Harrell, still able to guide his team to a victory as the triplets get to 4-0 in the season, and nobody's more amped up for that one than Montrezl Harrell. Sat this one out, knee flared up during warm-ups, decided he couldn't go, and so it was on his teammates to get it done, and they do. O'Shea with the game-winning shot maker.
The triplets make the best lemonade in the business. You guys get handed a less and less roster every week, and you still prevail. What is that like?
All I got to say is, I told Big Brother, whether you're here or not, I got him. And I told the team, whatever you need, I'm going to do it.
Man.
And we put it together like that.
When you let that ball go into the air, what's going through your mind?
I just told him I'm 3 for 4. Let me see another one. He checked. He checked.
Listen, I would dap you up, but I'm not trying to burn my hand. Triplets are undefeated out here.
So the triplets get to 4-0 with a victory over Boston. They drop the Ball Hogs to 2-2. And so now, Chris, halfway of the regular season, Dallas Power and Chicago Triplets both at 4-0, clearly the top 2 teams in the league.
No, definitely. I mean, they've proven it thus far. And again, it's a gutsy win by Chicago, able to come back without arguably the most dominant player playing in Montrezl Harrell. Gutsy win.
Top 4 teams make the playoffs. You saw the standings. Great day of action here at the Galen Center in Los Angeles, with Brandon Moss and the triplets closing it out with the victory. We'll see you next week in Chicago for more Big 3 action. So long for now from Los Angeles.